Welcome back to Maximum Apocalypse. Yeah, we're going to be finishing off today. We're going to see if we can get over to the van, take on perhaps, or sneak this creature. I don't know. This is zombie. We're playing against the zombies. Again, this game's really cool. It's got zombies, robots, mutants, or aliens are the sort of apocalypse creatures you can deal with. All right, we're currently at the gas station. Our hand, we've got ammunition, we've got some spare parts, we've got guns a-blazing, we've got a revolver and a grenade. I think we're loaded for bear, so let's get doing our turn. So first thing we're do, of course, is we're going to be rolling a couple of dice, and we're going to see if we end up with any creatures. Zombies showing up on the board. I'll do this right here, and we get an 8. Where do we have an 8 on the board? Right here, back at the shopping mall. Well, not too concerned about that. Shopping mall can get as many monsters as it wants. Is that the only 8, 9, 11, 2, 5, 3, 6, 3, 5, and a 6? That's the only one. All right, that was the end of the rolling up monsters. Now we get to draw a card. So our deck getting a little bit thinner. We have 30 cards total. If we ever need to go draw a card and we don't have any, we've run out of, I guess, stamina. We've died. I'm not sure what we've done. So we get another ranger hat. Oh, and I should mention, you can only ever equip the same item once. So you can't stack like items. So this is basically not going to do us any good. However, we could, I'm not sure about discarding. I haven't looked into that. We can discard an item for free maybe, and then use another one. I'm not sure. I have to check the rules on that. But we don't need to do that. We'll just hang on to it. Now we can get rid of this card and do another draw, but I kind of like the grenade, the revolver, guns blazing, spare parts. Yeah, I think we're gonna hang on to our cards. And remember, we can have 10 cards with our gunslinger back to them. We only have 4. That's the hand limit for the game. And we can have an unlimited number of scavenge cards in our hand. As the solo player, we can also carry a weight limit of 6 for true solo. Currently, we've got 2 gas cans and a hat equipped for 3, so we're well within that as well. All right, it's up to the starting on our 4 actions, and yeah, now we could draw a card. That's another thing we could do. Haven't done that, haven't needed to. Let's just go ahead. We'll do a move action. Our first action, we're moving right here. What location do we have? We have an open field. Reveal, draw a monster. Oh dear. So, into the open field we go, all confident with our new hat on. Our fully loaded hollow point Colt pistol, and we have to draw a monster. So I'm going to draw a monster, and we're going to go over to our play area. Alright, so we're going to draw a monster, top of the monster deck for zombies, and another zombie soldier. You know what? We're just waiting for this guy. He has a health of 8. He will do 4 damage to us if he survives. I have a funny feeling he's just not going to make it. We have a fully loaded Colt pistol. That was our first action, moving into the open field where a zombie soldier is coming toward us, and you know what? We're just going to shoot him down. So our Colt pistol, remember, does 2 damage. It's got 4 ammunition on it. However, we do have hollow points loaded. Place this on the weapon. That weapon is fully reloaded as 2 extra damage. So basically, instead of doing 2 damage, we're doing 4. However, not only are we doing 4 damage, because we've got our cool hat on, passive ability, increased damage by 1. So every bullet we fire out of our Colt pistol is doing 5 damage. So we're going to use 2 actions to fire it twice. That's going to be a total of 10 damage. He only has 8 health. We absolutely destroy that zombie soldier. Nice try. We have 1 action remaining, and I have to figure out what I want to do with the final action. I think what I'm going to do for my final action, I'm going to use the spare parts that we found. I can't remember where we found this. The garage, gas station maybe? It's one of the search cards. And it basically, well, you do it on yourself. Retrieve a card from your discard pile. So not a search deck discard pile, but your discard pile. So we're going to do that. And in our discard pile, we have lasso, hollow points, loot the bodies, tactical leadership. We got a horse. We got a grenade. You know, we're going to take the lasso. Because this is able to stun one monster, so it can't act on its turn. That might allow us to get away in the van, if we can get over there. So we're going to grab that, put that into our hand, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 5 cards in our hand. Again, well within our limits. That's the end of our 4 actions. And up next, increase the hunger. So let's do that. It doesn't look like we're going to be starving anytime soon, but we're creeping up. So we go from 2 to 3. Remember, if we ever tick from 5 to 6, we lose our Colt pistol. I think we discard it. Yeah, we discard it. When you start, shuffle it into your deck. So we take the Colt pistol, shuffle it into our draw deck. So we don't lose it, but we lose the use of it because we're starving. But we're not there yet. We have to tick over from 5 to 6. We're just at 3. And the very last part of the turn, of course, is take damage. Well, we don't have any enemies with us, no zombies. We took out that zombie soldier pretty handily with our Colt pistol. Alright, let's begin another turn. Alright, we're going to be rolling a couple of dice. Let's see if any zombies show up at any locations. No! Okay. Oh boy, 6 is bad. You know why 6 is bad? Because that's where our van is. Alright, let's put some more zombies on the board. Well, we got a 6, and that is not good. We have a couple of 6s. 8, 9, 11, 2, 5, 3. Here we go. So the city street gets a zombie. 3, 5, 8. And yes, our van location now has 2. Okay. 2. Well, okay. I think we might still be okay. Wow. Alright, and now it is time to draw a card. So we get to draw a card. And what do we get from drawing a card? We get a rifle. Okay, it's a long-range weapon, but because we're playing true solo, this becomes mid-range and it does half damage rounded up. So bottom line is our rifle, it will become a mid-range weapon for the true solo and deal 4 damage to a target. So it basically just deals 2 damage. You may spend another ammo to attack an additional target. So, okay. Not as effective as it would be if we were playing multiplayer, but we're not, so there we go. Alright, that was drawing a card. We now have 4 actions. Yes, of course. First action, we're trying to get to the van, so we're going to move into this location. And what do we have? We have a river, and we have to test. And when it says test, I believe you test your stealth ability. And it says, success, move to this tile. Failure, return to the previous tile. Okay, so we're trying to cross the river as I destroy stuff here. So we're going to have to do a test of our stealth. So we're going to see how that works. So let's go over to our play area. We are trying to move on to this tile for our first action. But we have to test our stealth ability. Why stealth? I don't know. It's just, that's how you test this. And as you can see on our player card, well, maybe you can't really see it there, we have this little sneak ability of a 7. So we need to beat that. There's no monsters on that tile. And we're not trying to sneak, we're just doing a straight up test. So I believe you have to just roll your 2 dice. We have to get a 7 or less to move on to that tile. If we don't, we have to go back. We can't cross the river. And we had an 11, so we blow it. I guess we don't want to. We're carrying too much gas. That was our first action. So you know what? I guess our second action, we're going to try it again. We got to try to get to that river. So second action, we need a 7 or less this time. For our second action, we managed to go ahead and forge the river. So that was 2 actions to get across there. All right, that was 2 actions to get onto the river. Now, I kind of don't want to just jump onto the van section right now because 2 monsters are going to appear there unless we try to sneak them, but we do have a lasso. I don't know. I think, what else can we do? We have a grenade. Maybe we should just move, let's just move over there for our third action because we had to take 2 actions to get onto this tile. That's too bad we didn't do it the first time. Alright, for our third action, we get to the van. And the second we get to the van, we have 2 potential zombies there. Now, we can try to sneak them. If we try to sneak them, we'd have to do -2. So we would have to roll a 5 or less to sneak them, fill up the van, get out of dodge. You know what? We have quite a bit of ability to do damage, so we're not even going to sneak them. We're just going to rush towards the van. We're going to be pulling 2 enemies, and that's what's surrounding our van. We're trying to get in the van, but they are blocking our way, and we have a zombie walker. Oh yeah, 1 shot, and he's out of here. And we also have a zombie spitter. Yikes! Mid-range deal damage to all players, 2 damage. Okay, not a lot of damage for those enemies, but enough. Now, the way I'm going to play it, I'm not sure. I have to look at the rules. I think if we just survive the damage, we get in the van and go away. But let's see if we can take them out. We have one action remaining. You know what? Let's toss a grenade. No, grenade's not going to do it, is it? Grenade is not going to do it. We could lasso one of them. No, you know what we're going to do? Let's go over to the area. We have one action left. We're going to use our Colt pistol. And sadly, our hat plus our Colt pistol one-shots 5 damage, and the zombie spitter has 6 health. So we can't take the zombie spitter out, but we can fire off one of our Colt pistol shots, and that will definitely be enough to take out the walker. It has 4 health, and we're doing 5 damage. 4 for the hollow points on our Colt pistol, 1 for the hat. Boom, the zombie walker out of here. But that means we still have the spitter spitting at us. And that's the end of our actions. And now it is time to increase our hunger. So we're getting hungry. We're up to 4. That's not terrible yet. We haven't starved. And now we have to take damage. Well, the spitter is spitting at us, and it's going to give us 2 damage. It's our first damage. Wow. Not a big deal. So we're doing 2 damage. Whoops. We are down to 26 health. We're still pretty healthy. And we've got lots of gasoline. And we've got our Colt pistol loaded. And that's going to be the end of our turn. So I guess let's have our final turn. We should be able to get away in the van. Actually, we could get away in the van right now, because as a free action, we can fuel up the van and leave. But you know what? I want to get rid of the spitter before we go. It's going to menace someone else. So as a favor, we're going to do that. So we're going to do one more turn and then escape in the van. Alright, so for our final turn, yeah, we will roll a couple of dice, and we will see if we get any more spawns. Not a 6. 5. Okay, it was close. So we get zombies spawning on 5. Alright, on 5s, we get, do we have any 5s out here? I think we do. 8, 9, 11, 2. Okay, the forest gets 1, which we're not going to worry about. 3, 6, 3, oh, 5, the gas station. Alright, as you can see, the board started to populate, and a 6, so good. That's it. And now we get to draw a card. So our deck was never really in danger of running out. I'm sure in the bigger scenarios it becomes an issue. We got another grenade. Right on. Okay, now we have our 4 actions. You know where we're gonna end this off? We have 4 actions. So our first 2 actions, we're gonna chuck grenades. We're gonna use grenades. So our first of 4 actions, target deal 1 damage or 3 damage to 1 target. So we're doing 3 damage on the spitter. Has a health of 6, and as if the first grenade wasn't enough, we have another one. Our second action will be to throw the other grenade, blowing up. So the spitter spit at us, did a little bit of a damage, and we absolutely destroy it with grenades. Right on, gunslinger. All right, as a free action, we can take our 1 fuel that we needed to do and go ahead and fuel up the van. And we are out of here. From the back camera out, we're going to read the conclusion to the scenario and see what it has to say. But before the conclusion here, I just wanted to point out one thing, a little bit of a correction. Not going to really make too big of a difference. Yes, the open field, we ended our turn there. When you end your turn there, you draw a monster. So we would have drawn that walker, which would have done an additional 2 damage to us, because it would have been hanging around with us. So we would be down to 24 damage. Not a big deal, but let's see what the next monster in the deck, because the first of 2 monsters that we would have drawn at the van would be the spitter, and then this is the second one, which is another zombie walker. And okay, so that doesn't actually, what's going to happen there, we ended off chucking 2 grenades, and grenades do, if we look at them, they do 3 damage, target 1 for 3 damage, and up to 3 other targets get 2 damage each. We threw 2 grenades. That's a total of 4 damage to 3 others. So the walker that would have been still hanging around. So we would have killed the walker with the pistol shot. The spitter and walker would be hanging around with us. The grenade would take both of them out. So the end of the scenario here, we basically would have just been down 2 extra hit points. And then everything will conclude. So now let's wrap it up. Alright, well that was the introductory scenario, so, you know, not exactly the toughest one. And the conclusion. You finish fueling the van just as a horde of zombies catches up to you. You jump in, slam the door, screech away. The roads are covered in debris and dead bodies. You are all in shock. It's much worse than you imagine. Out of desperation, you turn on the CB radio. After waiting through some static, you hear a human voice. Hello, is anyone out there? I need help. Alright, well that's going to conclude our tutorial mission, so you get a good idea of how the game plays. And when we come back tomorrow, yes, we're going to be getting into Mission 1. We're going to transition right into it, and it's called The Scientist. We'll get into the details of Mission 1 tomorrow. So we're doing, I guess basically this playthrough is tutorial slash Mission 1. But yeah, because I want to play some more of this, I want to see what else the game has to offer. A little bit more complex. We will be playing zombies again because we're gonna. There were 3 missions for the zombie apocalypse. The Scientist being the first mission. So we're going to get into that one tomorrow. So as we know how to play now, but I am going to swap out the gunslinger. We're going to pick one of the other leaders that we have, other heroes. I forget the other heroes. Let's see. Oh, and I should mention, one thing I didn't mention is there are female versions of every one of the characters too. So we have a female gunslinger, and their stats are slightly different as well. Artwork awesome in this game. So 20, see a little bit less health, a little bit better stealth, and action increase all damage by 2 until the end of the turn. So different abilities too. Like that is just so cool. No miniatures. There's only 1 miniature per character in the 2nd edition. I'm not sure if Legendary gave you both the female and male, but it doesn't here. So we can choose the fireman or the firefighter. For our next playthrough, we have the hunter, male, female. We have the veteran, which comes with a dog. We have the dog, which comes with a veteran. 2 different versions. And we have the mechanic. And we also have the surgeon. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to grab. Probably just randomly pick one. You'll find that out tomorrow. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, like. This was Maximum Apocalypse, the Mission 0 tutorial. Got away in the van. We didn't starve. The gunslinger really good at taking out enemies, I think. Wow, with that Colt pistol, the hollow points, lots of grenades. Very cool. So thanks so much, and hope to see you tomorrow for the beginning of Mission 1.